Jeremy Ashmetter here, and welcome to another episode of the BA Guide in Quarantine. Today, we're going to take a deeper look at one of the institutes that helps put forward business analysis standards, and that is the International Institute of Business Analysis, or better known as the IIBA. So before we dig into their details, they have a website, IIBA.org. Certainly check it out. They have a lot of information on there, and you can learn more about them. In general, the IIBA is a nonprofit organization that's really, their mission is to push business analysis forward and to help really mature the discipline and the role and responsibilities of a business analyst. So they're primarily focused in business analysis, helping organizations enact change. But they also have two other areas that they've kind of explored as they're looking to spread their audience and gain a bigger audience, and that's around cybersecurity and around data analytics. But we're not going to really touch on those too much. Those are newer little arms of the IIBA, if you will, that are maturing and developing, but definitely not their primary focus. That is always going to be around, or always should be around, business analysis, hopefully. So that's the three things they cover: business analysis, data, and cybersecurity. Now, the IIBA.org is an organization, as I mentioned, that helped to put standards out for business analysts. And the way that they are able to make money and help to support their drive of pushing that information forward is through memberships. So to be a member of the IIBA, you pay a yearly membership fee. It depends on where you live as to how much that fee is, but usually it's around it's over a little bit over for U.S. Folks. I believe it's around like $130 or right around that, $135 a year. For that membership, you get a couple things. You get access to the various educational tools that the IIBA has to offer on their website. This includes like a library of some various books, digital books that you can look at, webinars, podcasts. There's some member-only kind of trainings out there around the IIBA, as well as you get the BABOK, the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, which is that standards guide that the IIBA created. You get that version 3 for free. So you get a digital copy, PDF, absolutely free for being a member. Otherwise, I think that book alone costs around $80 to $100. So the membership, the first year, it's kind of worth it even if you just do it for 1 year to get your standards guide, which is a really thick book if you actually print it out. But that goes through all the standards of business analysis. So the membership, like I mentioned, about a little bit over $100, but depends on where you live. And that gets you access to all those things, including that standards guide. What it also does is it gives you a discount on any certifications that they offer. So the IIBA does offer certifications specific to the IIBA. They created the curriculum and the standards, and then they're providing certifications to prove or to show that you know that knowledge. Now, they have different levels of certification, but the three most prominent certifications are the ECBA, the CCBA, and the CBAP. So those three certifications, the ECBA is the entry-level certification. That's the first certification that aspiring business analysts or brand new business analysts can go after. It doesn't require any experience as a business analyst in the past. It's just looking at making sure that you have training and that you've got the knowledge necessary to be a kind of a base business analyst for an organization, understand the basics and how to apply them. The next level is the CCBA, and that is a little bit tougher. So they're asking there, usually based on the number of project hours they're asking for, it equates to, I think, just over 3 years of business analysis experience. So looking for a little bit more experienced business analyst, and also having some training, obviously, additional to that, or different additional knowledge, and you can take and pass the CCBA. The premier certifications as of right now for the IIBA is the CBAP, and that's the CBAP. And that certification is probably one of the most premier business analysis certifications around the world. And when I say that, it's one of the most recognized. The CBAP is one that organizations that follow IIBA standards usually have in there, would be nice to have for candidates, having the CBAP certification. That's asking for, usually based on the project hours, about 5+ years of business analysis experience. So they're looking for more of the veteran business analyst that can then prove that they completely understand that BABOK standards guide and can prove that and apply all of that knowledge to various scenarios. So that exam is based more on scenarios than knowledge. So those are the 3 business analysis certifications. With the BABOK, they also have something that's called the Agile Extension, which is another small add-on to the standards guide that is more from the Agile perspective. Since BABOK was created more around a traditional type of project approach, they created this Agile Extension to help teach the Agile piece. And they do have a separate certification for that as well, the AAC. So you have that certification. There are people that get that. I think the first person that got it was actually just a few months ago, or maybe a year ago now, time flies. But they have that Agile certification if you're interested in that. And then they have 2 other certifications. One's around data analytics, and one is around that cybersecurity. But again, we're not going to really get into that too much. That's a little bit outside of the realm of what we here at the BA Guide teach. So that is the IIBA in a nutshell. Now, my opinion, this may be a little biased because I was on the board of the IIBA, but they do a great job of bringing business analysts together. I think that's the number one thing that the IIBA does, especially around their local chapters. So they have these local chapters, basically groups of people, volunteers that get together. They make a chapter of the IIBA, basically a subsection or a subgroup in their local area. And then they put on different training, they put on different networking events and things like that, which that is really, really cool. A lot of chapters, I believe they have a small cost to them, maybe $25 a year, but it may differ based on chapter. I'm not specific, but with those chapters, you can really meet a lot of people in the business analysis world in various organizations that live around you, make a lot of great connections, as well as they usually have some fun speakers that come in and help teach you different things. So I really like the IIBA. Again, I was on the board, so I'm probably a little biased, but it's a great organization that has an amazing mission to help mature business analysis and help make it easier for us to perform that business analysis. So if you'd like to learn more about the IIBA or about the certifications that they offer, highly recommend you check out their website at iiba.org. But that's it for today. I hope that helps with your understanding of the IIBA. Until next time, Jeremy Ashmer of the BA Guide in quarantine, signing off. See you tomorrow.